Hi guys, thanks so much for stopping by. So today I will be doing a book review, and if you're new to my book review videos and my channel, I'm going to give you information from goodreads.com and then we're going to go from there. So this is entitled Annie Song. This is written by Katherine Anderson. It's a standalone novel, and it says here it is rated 4.20 at goodreads.com. Annie Trimble lives in a solitary world that no one enters or understands. As delicate and beautiful as the tender blossoms of the Oregon spring, she is shunned by a town that misinterprets her affliction. But cruelty cannot destroy the love Annie holds in her heart. Alex Montgomery is horrified to learn his wild younger brother forced himself on a helpless quote-unquote idiot girl. Tormented by guilt, Alex agrees to marry her and raise the baby she carries as his own. But he never dreams he will grow to cherish his lovely, mute, and misjudged Annie. Her childlike innocence, her womanly charms, and the wondrous way she views her world, he becomes determined to break through the wall of silence surrounding her, to heal and to be healed by Annie's sweet song of love. This was first published back in January 1996. I can assure you, I just recently got this book. And anyway, and it's 2019. But I really did read this book from beginning to end, regardless of that. Anyway, genre would be historical romance. And when you go through like historical romances, like it doesn't matter really what decade or what year you're on. And to me anyway, as long as there's romance in there, I honestly don't really care that much on when it was published. It's more of the content of the book. Moving on. Romance, historical, westerns, historical fiction, adult. Okay. Katherine Anderson, for whatever reason, and it could be just because this was published back in 1996. Let me show you the cover so that you can understand what I'm talking about. Like, that's the cover. So to me, sometimes when you have a cover like that that doesn't really have a real person, sometimes I do kind of worry that it could be a little, I don't know, a little too saccharinish or corny or cliche, you know what I mean? Because the picture or the cover is too cutesy to me. That's what I always feel, and this is the weirdest thing because this is not my first Katherine Anderson book, but I always seem to dread opening the first page, always. And then I start to read it and I get incredibly involved, and I fall into this rabbit hole of loving the book, but I don't know what it is. Like, I'm always like hesitant because of the cover. So and I still haven't learned that. I'm still like, ooh, you know, the cover is ooh. And then as soon as I start to read it, I like fall in love, and I'm reading it nonstop, sometimes within a day. But anyway, going back to this, there's a huge beginning of the book, and I can talk about it because they've already mentioned it. It's somewhat graphic. So Alex Montgomery's younger brother was kind of like, he grew up rich and spoiled, and he could do whatever he wanted. And at this point in time in the US in general, it's just, I don't know, like a certain younger men, I mean, even, you know, sometimes you still have men that are like this, that feel that cruelty is okay and acceptable, and it doesn't matter who the opposing party is, but because the opposing party is quote unquote like unpopular or called the idiot girl in town, or someone who has a mental disability or some kind of disability, which this is really what he really was this kind of person. Essentially a bully and an antagonizer and instigator and all that stuff. This is, you for me, I really felt bad for Annie because she really wasn't an idiot. She's very smart, but I guess in this point in time, it's a lot harder to diagnose, you know, being deaf, and have some, or mute, and have some, like the tests are not as advanced as they are now. So they just pretty much labeled her as an idiot girl, which I really feel is pretty abrasive. But I guess at the time that was acceptable, essentially, which I'm really glad I wasn't born at the time. So there's a lot of abuse in this story, and I'm not gonna, you know, do a spoiler and mention who did what, all that stuff. Just, there's a lot of abuse in the beginning, there's a lot of abuse mentioned, there's just a lot of abuse, and I feel like it's not a bad thing to read about something like that, because it does bring to light on what does happen and what can happen and what has been happening, and how, you know, how you can open your eyes and actually accept that that has happened, is happening, is going to happen, and actually try to prevent it and trying to change it in your own way, or as much as possible, know how to respond to that and not really fall prey into either sides, you know. I do hope you enjoyed my video, that you're gonna hit the like and subscribe and the bell so you're notified every single time I do upload a new video. If you guys want to connect, I am very, very, very active in my Instagram. I'm always on there all the time, and also on Facebook. I have a Facebook page, I have a Twitter, I have a Facebook account, so feel free to go through all that in the description box down below. And, you know, I would love to hear from you guys if you've read this book, if there's any kind of suggestion, other books that you believe I'm going to enjoy due to this book. Let me know down below, because I love hearing from you guys all the time. I love chit-chatting with you guys, and there's actually quite a few people that enjoy conversing with me in there, so everybody's welcome. Thanks, guys. And before I forget, I will be rating this. I give this a 2 thumbs up, and out of 10 stars, I would give this a 8. I was thoroughly surprised and enjoyed this book very much so. Like, I didn't expect to really enjoy it as much as I did. Thanks, guys, and I'll see you guys again next time. Bye.